Hello, I'm Plaidley. Thank you for joining me for our Paw Patrol The Movie review. I've always been a big fan of Paw Patrol. Ever since I was 2 years old, I've been watching the show, and I can say with certainty that Paw Patrol The Movie lives up to the hype 20 years in the making. Paw Patrol has always been there for me, ever since I was young, and it got me through some of my hardest times in life, like 9/11, when that guy on the internet said I wasn't funny, when my dog got hit by a truck. The thing about Paw Patrol is that it's a great series full of great characters, great storylines, great character arcs, and above all, great characters. So today I want to talk about the Paw Patrol movie, which I saw in theaters. If you want to see a picture, yes, look, here it is. Ooh, I was actually at the theater. So what did I think of the Paw Patrol movie? Well, let me tell you, I think that Paw Patrol the movie is a movie that will define this generation of filmmaking. No more can people make excuses like, oh, it's just this kind of movie. Oh, it's just that kind of movie. Paw Patrol breaks barriers in a way no other film could by being an incredible experience for all ages and for being so epic. One of my favorite things about Paw Patrol is, of course, the characters, the stories, the action, the characters. I think a lot of things that this film does right is it introduces these amazing characters and does it in a way that is so cool and so epic. One of the best things about Paw Patrol, the Paw Patrol movie, is that the characters are very good in the Paw Patrol movie. One thing I was really concerned about this movie, about if it would get this right, was the characters, of course, because I love Paw Patrol characters. And I think the movie does justice to pretty much every main character. Every character has an incredible story arc. Like Chase, he learns to conquer his fear. Skye, she learned how to get a jetpack. We got Zuma, he learned to swim, probably, I think. Then you had, of course, Rocky. His character arc is pretty obvious, so I'm not going to say it here. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen the movie. Rubble's character arc, of course. Him learning how to eat the dog treats. And, of course, my favorite character, Marshall, whose character arc was to put out fires, which he's never done before, which was really cool to see. One character who completely nailed his character arc was, of course, Ryder. Now, not a lot of people were expecting Ryder to have a good character arc, but the whole theme of Paw Patrol having to, rely on each other as a team was so big throughout the film. Now, if you think about this, Ryder is not a character who ever needs the team. He's always kind of just done his own thing. He's never gotten hurt in the show before. But in this movie, his legs get crushed beneath a boulder. In virtually any other movie, this would have resulted in the character whose legs were beneath the boulders, their legs would be broken, right? But not Ryder, because Ryder, he's got his special pants on, so he can't get crushed by a boulder. Ryder's character arc in this film is learning to rely on others. You see, he always gives. He's always a giving character to his pups. And he's always been kind of the main leader of the team. But in this case, of course, if you remember the scene in the movie, sorry if I'm spoiling it for anybody, but I'm just gonna go and say it, Chase has to jump. Remember, you know the part I'm talking about. And knowing that Chase has to step up and become a hero, like in the Paw Patrol, really is good. And seeing Ryder having to kind of let Chase save him instead of Ryder being the one who's very good, I think that's an interesting choice for the Paw Patrol movie. Now, my favorite character in this movie was, of course, Liberty. She was the most interesting character, had a lot of the best moments in the film, and seeing her finally step up and become a Paw Patrol was epic. I don't want to spoil anything for this movie if you haven't seen it for yourself, and if you haven't seen it for yourself, then what are you doing with your life? You have to go onto Paramount Plus right now, get a free trial. You can get a free trial, Paramount Plus, or go to the theaters like I did. Remember this? Ooh, let me show it again. Ooh, it's here. Remember this? I showed you this earlier. Remember this? It's a picture of me. I'm at the Paw Patrol movie. If you have not seen this movie yet, please watch it. Please. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is you have to watch this movie. It's so good. You're not going to regret it. Okay. You're not going to regret it. One thing I wanted to say about being a Paw Patrol fan is it's taken me a while to kind of come to terms with the fact that I am a Paw Patrol fan. And I decided to go into Walmart and buy some Paw Patrol merchandise. So here's my Paw Patrol merchandise. I'm a fan of Paw Patrol now. One of the negatives of this film, I will say, is Mayor Humdinger as a character. Don't get me wrong, he's kind of himself in this movie, but in a lot of ways it is a completely different character from in the show. Now, Mayor Humdinger in the show was, of course, the villain. He was always the one causing problems. He's always like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing, and then a bad thing happens, and they always blame him, right? But he didn't know what was gonna happen. He didn't know what he was doing was gonna result in a bad thing happening. Now, in this movie, I really do believe that they wrote Mayor Humdinger as if he was gonna be selfish and bad. And I don't agree with that decision at all. I think Mayor Humdinger has always been one of the best characters in television. You think about this, you got a lot of different villains out there, right? Villains tend to vary with their degrees of villainous, you know? But the best thing about writing a villain is you always have to have the villain and the hero, and the way they clash is interesting. You got The Dark Knight, you know, the Joker. You got Breaking Bad, Hank Pym. You got Paw Patrol, Mayor Humdinger. These characters are important because the villain is just as interesting as the protagonists, at least they should be. Now, the thing with Mayor Humdinger in the television show is that he's always been much more of an antagonist to a certain degree, but a lot of his actions are definitely morally gray at best. Essentially, I believe Mayor Humdinger is supposed to be right down the middle. He's not evil, he's just stupid, and they come together and create his character. Not evil, stupid, and it all comes together. But in this movie, I believe he is evil. Mayor Humdinger at the beginning made a comment as if he literally murdered the other mayoral candidate. My Mayor Humdinger would never murder another mayoral candidate. Okay, Paw Patrol? Do you get that? Do you get that? Whoever wrote this movie, bad. Whoever didn't even watch the show. Having said all that, guys, Paw Patrol the Movie is the greatest movie that has ever been made. I believe personally in 10 years from now, everybody is going to be comparing Paw Patrol the Movie to every other movie, as if every other movie is inferior to Paw Patrol. Similar to what has been done with that piece of trash movie, Citizen Kane. I mean, it didn't even have dogs in it. It was kind of stupid. Citizen Kane, I didn't even watch it. I just heard it was bad. So yeah, guys, having said all that, Paw Patrol the Movie gets a 20 out of 10. Is what I would say if the movie's actually good, but it had Kim Kardashian West in it, which means the movie's terrible. This movie gets a 0 out of 10.